Are you enjoying your milk bones, Dell? All right, let's get to this water pump here. What's going on? Looks pretty straight ahead. There, you can see. That is shot. So, fairly straightforward, I suspect. I don't know if I have a gasket, but that's not going to stop me from getting started. The rest of the engine is actually really good, so this water pump should make it drivable. Last time we did the brakes, wherever we're at right now, is got the overloader shocks taken out. Apparently, this is not an uncommon problem with these cars. The springs were just not really up to it. So it's about 20 hours later. It's a lot of which I slept through, I don't mind saying. Oh, what's going on? What's going on, Stella? Okay. 4 of the bolts broke off when we tried to change this because they use a quarter 20 bolt and it's 50 years old. So those didn't stand much of a chance, and spent most of the afternoon drilling all of the broken bolts out and re-threading everything. Awesome. Hey, everything just like absolute worst case scenario every time.
Yeah. Oh yeah, Murphy's Law, right? Anything that can go wrong will go wrong.
There's nevertheless, a few things didn't go wrong. We didn't break. I was worried about breaking the timing chain case. Okay, well, the ambassador's back together. Should be, after we fill it up, good to go for a drive. I actually just noticed pretty good puddle under the old girl, so at least it's just the pan. I don't know if you can see. Oh, come on. There, you can see the left side of the transmission pan is wet and dripping here, so probably not a big deal, but nevertheless needs doing. Car's got all new exhaust on there. That was there when I got it. Again, look at how nice and dry this car is. It's a little dusty. That's all original undercoating there. The seams on the rockers are really nice. Like, all of it is really nice and solid. So. Very nice. Well, we'll have to do a lot more detailing later on the engine, including painting this. I did not have paint. I'm not very happy about that, but the job was getting done today. So we'll have to go in there and touch up the paint. That is done, and other than breaking 4 bolts off in the aluminum and spending the whole day drilling them out and retapping everything, other than that, it went really smoothly. So, as far as we know, this was working, but, you know, the might as wells.
Oh, no. There you go. Thought maybe you were taking the stud out, but
No, I think
winning on both fronts there.
as long as I don't have to go inside and unhook something,
Should be just a plunger, right?
I think.
Oh.
You never know, it's AMC.
Hmm.
Might be slightly different. It all looks fairly standard issue American car stuff, right? This doesn't look much different than if this was on a Chevy or a Ford.
No.
Because they all subbed out the brakes, right? It's either Bendix or Lockheed or, oh, pressure switch. These had better pull off. There we go. Okay. And
Yeah. A little bit of crud in there, eh?
yeah, it's not terrible, but we don't know how much of this is. I think there is why. That's why the cylinder was empty. It's leaking out the rear seal because we couldn't find a leak at the wheels.
Yeah, there was nothing underneath.
That's where it all went out the back.
Does that mean your booster's full of it then?
That's very possible, sir.
Ooh.
That's
Kind of looks a little bit scungy. Oh, well, actually, you can see where it was running down the front of the booster.
Well, if it found its way out onto the ground, we're fine.
Yeah, I think we're okay that way. Just made a hell of a mess.
Is that brake fluid?
Is it?
No.
No.
It's not. So, there's the, this is sealed here, so we can actually clean it. So we'll be okay on the booster, because the brakes seem to work. But that's where all the fluid went.
Yeah, because it was dry when you started, right?
Well, that was, and now we know where all the trans fluid went too.
Yeah.
Oops.
Oh. We'll pull that out.
And that's another problem. So we're going to be on the hoist for that. Do that at Jim's.
That'll make life a lot easier.
Yeah. I think the seals were working that actually applied the brake pressure. That's why it was weird when we filled it up. Everything worked. So where did the fluid go? The wheels were all dry, and the cylinders, and it worked, and the car stopped, but
It just leaked out the
it
back.
all was coming out the back here, and that means the rest of it was ready to fail anyway. I mean, you saw when we pulled it apart, everything's filthy. All the rubbers were gross. It's good now. So, a new cylinder should be here this week. There, it's ready to go in. Next. It's a fine day for the waste of time Olympics. Oh, what? Yeah, that turned out perfect. Just exactly what I wanted.
Just to ball it up.
Oh, that turned out so nice. Thanks, man. It's awesome.
Stick that to your car.
Hello, Stella. That's a bad place to stand. Why don't you go eat your dinner there? Are you eating your dinner today? Good girl. No? Good girl. These are the rear wheels that we're going to use on the Ambassador, and they look really awesome, except that we have no center caps, and I have no way of finding them, really. I mean, I guess you could actually go buy center caps, or you could waste your time and make some from scratch. Don't get killed. So, instead of buying a $10 center cap, we're going to buy a $70 chunk of aluminum and waste all of Friday afternoon whittling some up.
It's not a waste.
It's not a waste. This is a great use of time. So,
Sure, you could be making money.
yeah, you could make money, or you could make wicked center caps. So this is phase one, which is hog material. Do we have the detailed blueprint?
Yeah.
Let's see. Hang on. Yeah. There's your blueprint. So we need to make 2 of this style and 2 that'll push into the fronts, which are a slightly different style as outlined thus. Anyway, there's a better look at the wheel. Yeah, just just kind of magic something in there. We also need to make center cap for this baby. These are what's going on the front of the Ambassador. We should thank Agent 223 for these wicked old girls. These are D78 14s. These are some small ass 14s. Deluxe champions. Probably fairly old, but that's good. So let's whistle up some center caps. It's not the waste of time Olympics if it's not also the waste of material Olympics. So there it is. It's a beauty. Wow, that looks almost like factory. Still hot. Wow. So this is going to become one side, and that's going to be the other side, and there will be a certain amount of magic to make it all fit. Anyway, that's phase 1. Rough it in that way, and then rough in the 2 for the front. And this is the point where I go mow the lawn. Because this stuff flies around and hits me in the face. And wow, this is great. We're doing hundreds of dollars worth of work for a $10 rim. And all of these good projects sit around unfinished. Here we're just hogging out the inside of the center cap to clear the dust cap on the front wheel. The front wheel center cap will be of a slightly different style, because the wheels don't match anyway, so the center caps, well, whatever. How much more you gotta go?
About a 1/4 inch, but I'm only going to go 1 inch deep because.
Yeah, no, that's plenty.
right
Okay.
back there.
Yeah. That's a nice, handy size. And so what? We're gonna do the inside, and then flip it over, hold it here.
Yeah.
Oops.
And then just taper
Hold
off
it there, and then
10% or 10 degrees, you said?
yeah, well, whatever, right?
Yeah. By eye.
Yeah, just as long as they're all the same, and it should be fine, right?
Yeah. Oh, yeah, it's going to be like tinfoil. No,
What?
Just kidding.
Should I just make some tinfoil center caps? Pound some tinfoil over a spray can lid, and we're gonna put a little taper on the outside, and then we can dress up the front of it. The inside's been hollowed out now, so it'll fit over the dust cap. Yeah, well, that is a waste of time. Oh, you've just put a nut on there,
Yeah.
just to push against it.
Yeah.
Okay, this is the how we're cutting the taper on the center caps. What do we got there?
10-ish.
10-ish degrees. Looks good. Finish pass here. Life's just crazy, hey? It's like one non-stop party. Look at that. Okay, now the next step is to put the detail in the center, is that right?
Yeah. 3 remaining.
Here are the half-finished rears for the ETs. So at that point, we've left the 1/8" flange to screw to. Same 10-degree cone shape. We're going to put the same detail as this guy. and then it has to get cut to this star shape here. So that's it so far. We're gonna carve all this out, we hope. I don't think anybody could argue that this is gold medal, right? Like,
We can beat it.
we can beat it.
New
right?
record, but
Now what? What's up? Oh, taking the edge off, something we're familiar with. The Gary radius,
yeah.
R sub G. For the final piece, the final part is to cut the little cone-shaped detail in the front of it. Line to cut. So this is fun watching this come together. Starting at 200, so we're going to go 400, 600, 800, 1,000, and then polish, and then we'll see how it looks. That's number 1 of 4.
I quit.
It looks nice.
It's one of one.
Yeah, if it fits, it's 1 of 4. If it doesn't fit, it's 1 of 1. We'll leave the center part finished rough like that, and then the rest of it will polish.
Okay. Good idea.
What do other people do on Friday nights? Last pass with the sandpaper. We're up to 1,000 grit now. General safety tip is don't fuck around with lathes as much as you might normally. That's the safest way. Don't even turn it on.
Well, I will, but I just wanted to get it on.
Oh, it's ruined. It turned black.
Perfect.
It's ruined.
Look at that. Right? Maybe you can't see it yet.
That's some time-wasting championship fucking stuff right there. So now to carve them up and drill the holes in them and final polish on these, and then that will be finished. Let's have a look at how sketchy this is. So that's what we're up against here. Did you do the hunters? I'm gonna peel off the awesomeness here. And
It's a nice template you made yourself there.
right, that's how we're gonna do it.
Nice.
So we're just going to basically freehand this now. We get a look at the finished. This is not quite finished. So that's going to cut right, and we're just going to just whistle some holes in there. Hope that they line up. It's all eyeballed. We're just going to eyeball it.
Beauty.
Man, those are nice, eh? Those have some heft, okay? And that's going to go roughly like that. So we'll just have to hit that. It's going to be a light press fit, so I'm not going to pound it in because we'll never get it out again. But that's how that's going to look. That looks really nice. Get some new chrome studs and some those funny washers for these unis, and that looks just fantastic. Great, 3 more to go.
I'll try not to pull a maniacal fuck up while you're taking a picture.
That's right. None of that matters.
No,
None of that matters. Just pinstripe the ambassador.
you got it, yes. Concentrate on what's important.
That's right. Wow, that looks terrific. Look at that. That is an absolutely beautiful line.
Yeah,
You prefer doing the driver's side or the passenger side, Dave?
doesn't matter.
No? I see that you work clockwise, though.
Yeah. I find a lot of the
Of course,
times,
you're right-handed.
Yeah, a lot of the times, you know, you just sort of, your focus is about 2 inches in front of the brush,
Mm-hmm.
and you just really don't take it any farther than that.
Yeah.
I did a bunch of Rolls Royces for a guy out west of town a few years ago, and after I got done, I did 4 or 5 of them. We were sitting around talking about him later, and he was telling me about this museum he'd put together, and essentially what he was doing was putting together pre-war Rolls Royces from every single one of the 18 coach builders that were licensed.
Mm-hmm.
And then he started showing me some insurance appraisals for these things, and I told him, you know, I'm really glad you didn't do that before I started working. And he said, well, why is that? And I pretty much told him the same thing I just told you. It's a line, you know, and when it's brush, it's paint, and it's your hand, and your focus is about 2 or 3 inches in front of where you're going, and it doesn't matter whether it's a Rolls Royce or a Ford Focus. But I said, if you had shown me an insurance appraisal for $985,000 on a car that to me looks like it's basically been sitting in a barn for 30 years, that would have probably affected my mental approach to the job.
Right.
So I'm glad you didn't.
Yeah.
Space between the lines. My wife calls mistakes in line width pregnant earthworms. You know? That's kind of one of the more original.
It's good of her to be there for critique, hey?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
We got so sick and tired of paying for green peppers. Have you looked at the price of those things lately?
No, I have not, sir.
Well, I use a lot of them when I'm doing my artisan grilled cheese. You know,
Yeah.
green peppers, and I'll get 2 or 3 different types of deli meat on there, and a whack of cheddar and mozzarella. It was $3 a pound. So Lori went out here a couple of weeks ago and bought a pepper plant. So now we're growing them.
Nice.
Yeah, I just picked a couple last night, so I know what we're having.
Look
for
at
dinner.
that go down, eh? That is how that should look. What do you think, Stella? Do you like it? Here's a look at the finished center cap installed on the car. I'm going to get some better nuts eventually, but I wanted to get the wheel on just so we can move the car. There's the front ones installed on the wheels. Those look fantastic. Let's have a look at the stripes. Dave striped the car. There you go. It looks the same as it did. It's just that I don't like sticker pinstripes. Neither does Stella. Hi, Stella. Bye, Stella. Yeah, very, very happy with that. Just makes the car, and these make the car. You'll see. Sorry, the lighting is so poor, but you get the idea. We'll do a much more detailed look at the car on the next and probably final video on the lovely Ambassador. And then what's next? Well, we're not saying. Right? Say goodbye to everybody. Is a regular contributor.
Same old shit.